Hello, welcome to Perfect Person. We haven't introduced the guest yet. Do you mind just sort of sitting tight while we do that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So just stay on the line. What's your name?
My name's Lily. I'm here with my best friend Julia.
It's Lily and Julia. It's so good to be here. We haven't introduced the guest yet, so we're just going to do some light housekeeping. We're just going to do some light housekeeping.
You got the name of the caller before the name of the guest.
How's it going, everybody? So just sit tight, Lily and Julia. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Perfect Person, the podcast where I'm perfect, and I'm going to teach you how and why. I'm a sensitive guy. I'm somewhere in between sort of Josh Gad and a thoughtful email.
Did you say Josh Gad and a thought female?
A thoughtful email.
My bad.
Yeah, so I'm sort of sensitive, but I'm also wacky like Josh Gad, and we sort of love him for that. But Will is here as the sidekick. Will, introduce yourself.
What up? And I don't think you mentioned it, but you are a Webby award-winning podcast producer.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Webby
okay.
award-winning podcaster. And I'm here with Eric. You guys, Julie and Lily, you guys still there? Just want to just check the line.
Yeah, we're still here.
Okay, yeah, just sit tight.
They'd be on speakerphone at dinner. You're on speaker at the dinner table with their family.
Yeah, with the family. Sit tight. I'm here with Eric Striffler of Pretty Much It fame. Eric
Hello.
with no K. Pity applause.
Yeah, wow, keep going.
The Spooky Cabaret. What was it called?
Close. Nyctophobia.
Nyctophobia.
Uh-huh.
I was in that once.
Yep.
And also somebody I've traveled the world with who
Actually true.
Who I consider a very dear friend. I've been told that when we're together, it's infectious and also way too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
We've cleared the room at parties.
Yes. Unintentionally and intentionally.
I've seen people who have not known you, and when I've seen you go in on a bit, and their jaw just sort of slowly.
Is he still going?
Slowly,
Yeah.
Slowly, just like
There's a certain thrill to giving no shits about what people think of you, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
just, I'm going to do my thing.
That's one of my favorite things about you. And Julia, Lily, we'll get to you in a second. So, I wanted to get just sort of
Thanks for having me.
A light interview. Thanks for coming on, man. But I'm glad you're here because
Why?
I feel like my energy is all over the place.
Yeah, it's because there are people listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a lesson, Julie and Lily, that we probably shouldn't answer the phone until after we do the housekeeping. What do you think?
Probably.
They hate it. That was also one of the rules in my house growing up. Never answer the phone till you finish the housekeeping.
That's right. Don't answer the phone until you finish the housekeeping. But Eric, you're sort of a nomad, sort of a traveler. You've been on the internet for a long time.
Yes.
Eric Striffler, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me. Will, nice to see you as well.
Eric, I consider my friend as well from, just seeing him around town, the bachelor party, Miles's bachelor party. But
By the way, that wasn't in town.
Yeah, I wasn't in town. I was out of town.
I just mean, sometimes Eric will just be here and it'll be like, wow, that's sweet. That rocks.
I love that. Sometimes Eric will just be here is a brilliant way to describe me. You never know. I love that.
It also sounds like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Sometimes Eric will just be here. But anyway, we'll get into your whole sort of life story.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, let's take this call. And Lily,
Will's
Julia,
flapping. Will's
flapping.
He's waiting.
I'm just dripping with sweat and just flapping my arms everywhere.
Lily and Julia, thanks so much for being here. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're on vacation.
You're on vacation. Where are you on vacation?
We're on the Gulf Coast right now.
The Gold Coast?
Gulf Coast.
Oh, yes.
There's the Gold Coast. Oh, no, we're on the
I was
Gold
confused.
Coast.
I was like, what's the Golden Coast? Is that like a special name for Tampa or something? So what are you doing in the Gulf Coast?
We're just at the beach for the week.
Oh, that's really nice. Just a little beach vacay. And what's your relationship to each other?
This is my best friend.
This is your best friend. Okay, Julia and Lily, what is your problem/conundrum that you need solving today? Because we're obviously experts. Will's here too. But
we're experts and Will is here as well.
Me and Eric are experts and we want to sort of we want you to let us into your world a little bit. So what's going on?
So we are headed off to college in August, and we were wondering maybe top 3 pieces of advice for going into college.
Well, it's good that you called the right place because both Will and I college educated.
Yep.
Eric dropped out, I want to say week 2
Something like
of
that.
college.
College uneducated. There's a bio for me.
That's right. That's right. You had success very young, and much like Drew Barrymore, you came back later in your career and sort of really crushed it.
Yeah,
Eric's almost exactly like Drew Barrymore.
I am very much like Drew Barrymore in more ways than you can imagine.
Yeah. So, Eric, as somebody who did not go to college, what would be your advice?
Make sure you want to go.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Don't
Yeah.
just do it. You know,
Yeah.
it's not for everybody.
Yeah, Nike, opposite, I guess.
Don't just do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reebok.
Reebok. What was the thing that made you quit college and decide that you wanted to do your own thing?
So like you said, I did find success relatively young because I was one of like the original YouTube people partners specifically.
right.
I don't know if they're even called that anymore. I think everybody's a partner now technically, but
Yeah.
I was in like the second wave of people that were able to have ads on their videos, and there was a surprising amount of money to be made. I guess because there were so few people doing it. We're talking like this is like 2007, I think, is when I got partnered. And so I knew that I was like set at least financially for the time being, and I was like, oh, I'm doing what I like to do and making money. I think I might be okay. But then on top of that, I was into filmmaking.
Right.
I went to school for film, and the real like kicker for me was when I asked if I could miss a few classes because you had to like make up all the classes, whatever, in this college. I don't know.
Right.
I asked if I could miss a few classes to go to the Sundance Film Festival.
Yeah.
And the guy said no.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that seems like maybe the real world experience might be beneficial. And it ended up being probably more beneficial. So that was like the push, the final push. I didn't really necessarily want to go. I just went because I thought I should. I was doing pretty well doing my own thing that I was enjoying. And that was the final push, was like, really, I should be able to go to this film festival.
I guess
Whatever.
Eric's advice is just make a lot of money when you're like 18.
Yeah.
That's true. Actually, that's true.
do a prank video.
Those weren't necessarily the money makers. I wouldn't recommend that.
Well, Eric was on 60 Minutes for being a little prankster.
That happened. Yeah, that
Yeah,
happened.
he was a little 60 Minutes prankster.
I got to reach out and try to get that footage because I lost it.
Oh, really?
I got to hit up 60 Minutes.
Oh, that's so funny.
But no, but I would say though, for real, if we're giving genuine
Yeah.
advice here, make sure that you want to go. Like, don't just do it because you think you're supposed to. That goes for anything in life, I guess. But
Yeah.
if you're not really sure, take time. You don't have to go right away. Decide what you want to do. So that's my general advice there. Yeah,
I would say college for me was nice.
I mooched off of you and went and visited.
I would say you had the best of both worlds because you had lots of friends in college.
Yes.
And you visited them to get the social experience
Constantly.
of college.
Constantly.
Well, meanwhile, you're fucking, you like won a car.
well, that's
From
another,
some
there's a
fucking college thing. Eric's
nother
like
story.
cruising into town and there's whispers. There's like, oh, Eric's coming into town.
What did you say? Eric is here. Eric sometimes
is
is here.
somehow here. Yeah. Eric come in town and just freaking, he's out on the town. He's kissing everybody. He's licking lips.
Yeah, it's-
he's not auditing classes. He's just doing the fun parts.
Exactly.
I mean, that rocks.
Julia, Lily, you guys still there or are we just kind of yapping?
We're still here.
Of course they're still there. Did you hang up?
No, I got nervous that maybe they were like, yeah,
Yeah.
we actually got to go to the
tired of
beach.
this.
Yeah, you dropped the phone in the pool.
Yeah. So what are you nervous about, I guess, Julia and Lily?
Probably more like meeting people and like making friends.
Oh.
Okay, the good news about this is that everyone's kind of nervous about it.
Yeah.
Even the people who will turn out to like be cool douchebags later, everybody's a little bit nervous going in freshman year, and you just got to feel that you share the same energy as everyone. Everyone's worried about this exact problem.
Yeah.
And you will make your friends. It just happens.
I'll say you got to get sort of starter friends. And you're
Like Pokemon.
like Pokemon. So you got to get a Charizard. Not a Charizard, excuse me. You got to get a Charmander.
Charmander,
You got to
yeah.
get a Bulbasaur.
Work your way up to the Charizard.
Some guy that looks like Squirtle. You got to get some fucking weird
You're gonna
guy.
hook up with a lot of Squirtles. Let's be honest.
You're going to hook up with a lot of Squirtles. Let's be honest.
Wait, using Will's logic, by the way, if you don't meet any cool douchebags, you wound up becoming the cool douchebags.
Yeah, that's true. If you look around your friends and there's no cool douchebags,
That's you.
They have
You're
to
the
be
cool
there.
douchebags.
Yeah.
But for example, I had like a Squirtle, a Charmander, and a freaking Vulpix. And then by the end of maybe the first semester, I had kind of graduated from those people because you just need somebody to eat lunch with, essentially. So I found like a group of people and we'd hang out, and then like it just was not my vibe. Like I remember I did like some big goofy bit and I was just like, Bazinga, some crazy thing. Yeah. And then they were
Bazinga.
like, I said Bazinga. I did my Bazinga bit.
They didn't laugh and you were done with that.
And I said, you guys are stupid. You're normie.
The most watched cable show. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Not even cable, network even.
Whatever.
But I remember doing a big bit, and then all these friends were like, "Oh, you're so weird." Like, and I was just like, I'm kidding, right? Like, I'm not actually a crazy person.
God,
I promise you, I'm just being silly. And then, those people went on to do really whatever they did.
Very diplomatic.
And
great politician.
Yeah. Well, one of them was Joe Biden. The other one was Kamala. So,
wow.
Yeah,
weird.
My lunch my lunch friends in college were Kamala.
They sort of veered away during the debates, but then they came back together.
And then we did like econ and shit.
Yeah,
and we still would do a study group. Study group in the library.
Okay.
But anyway, so that's my advice is like get lunch friends. Don't be worried if you don't like those people immediately because it's okay.
I think that's good advice.
Yeah. And then you're going to eventually like do what kind of stuff are you into?
Music kind of thing. Yeah, music.
You like music?
This is Miles on a great first date.
Yeah, this is me on a
So you like music?
Me on a first date. So you like music? Oh, the waiter's here. Sorry, we'll have some more bread, I guess. I ate all the bread nervously. So what kind of music, and also how did you guys meet each other? And are you going to college together?
Okay, yeah, wait, what order do you want them to answer those in?
Sorry, and how dare you, and who the fuck do you think you are?
3 different questions, don't fuck it up.
Yeah, sorry. You answer the first, are you going to school together?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, that rocks.
Yeah, and I would say one pitfall to watch out for is you guys are already tight. Obviously, you're best friends. Mm-hmm. You gotta branch out a little. You gotta meet some other people beyond just the one friend you already have.
Yeah,
because you guys can rely on each other's friendship forever. You gotta go out there, just venture out.
That's right, and trust that you'll have each other to like fall back on.
And don't just hang out with each other because it's too nerve-wracking to talk to somebody else.
Hey, Will.
Yeah,
you're screaming.
No, you're saying the opposite.
Yeah,
but like in agreement, sort of.
Yeah, Will's saying the opposite. And I was going to be like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. So Will, your advice is what? Don't hang out with each other?
No. I'm not saying
so you're
that
gonna
at all.
separate. No. Let me finish. You're going to separate two best friends, Julie and Lily, people that I've known for 10 minutes.
You sicko.
People that I've known for 10 minutes, and they love each other. They love hanging out. They love music. Isn't that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I just think that I've seen, I knew a pair of really introverted twins who went to college together, and they just only hung out with each other, and that seemed like a real bummer to me. Mm-hmm. College is a place where you can, the playing field is kind of leveled to socialize, and especially freshman year, you're going to meet a lot of people. It's worse.
Sorry, are you typing something?
No, you dropped something.
Yes, I was going to say somebody fell.
So are you okay? Did somebody fall and break something, and then you're trying to be really discreet? Okay,
hair clip.
A hair clip.
I believe them.
Yeah, but anyway, Will was fucking rattling on, so I don't. We don't. Here's what I'll say, Julia Lily. My college advice is be your authentic self first, instead of being who you think people are going to want you to be, sort of calm and whatever, and try to get to that point where you're comfortable enough to be yourself so you can actually meet the people that you're going to be lasting friends with.
Then if that doesn't work,
join a club.
Yeah.
Join a music club. But anyway, Julia Lily, we hope this has been helpful. Has it been?
Yeah, sure.
A resounding yes, I think.
Okay.
Well, Julia Lily, thank you so much for calling in. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Well, that was Julie and Lily. Let's take
that was your wife in the other room, right?
Oh, okay, Jesus, yep.
What, are you already getting a call? How many people are calling?
So many people.
50,000.
50 fucking people. Oh, there's a missed call.
What are all the noises, the sound effects?
This call's being missed.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
We're going to answer another call.
No! I need to breathe.
I know. I don't know how to.
This is chaos.
Wait. Okay.
For anyone that's only listening, Miles dropped the iPad on the ground.
I'm sweating fucking bullets.
I'm sweating so
hot.
much. It is so
I'm
hot.
so fucking hot.
You know why?
Yeah, I know. I do know why.
Kendall made salmon.
That's not the reason. That's not the reason. It's because it's a normal late spring day and the windows are closed.
Why is this ringing?
I feel so crazy.
So Eric, perfect person. The whole vibe is that we sort of know a lot about life, and I think you're somebody who really goes to the beat of your own drum.
Just answering calls. In between calls is kind of fun, actually. I like it. Again, he's acting like it's live. Like you could just stop and start again.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
absolutely true.
That's no one.
So Eric, you're sort of somebody who goes.
Sorry, you want to get that clean?
No.
Doesn't need to be clean. That's not the show for this.
So Eric, you're sort of somebody that goes by the beat of your own drum here. And I thought we'd just talk a little bit about that. You've been living in a van for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's sort of, you enjoy that. That's good for you.
I do. I love it. 5 years now, I think.
You've been living in a van for 5 years?
I got my first van in 2017.
Oh, wow.
So going on 5 years, I guess.
Yeah.
And I got a new van recently because after a few years with the old van, old being 2005, older, it was breaking down, and it was like at the point where I had to decide, like, am I going to keep doing this?
Right.
Are you going to keep putting money into this? Like, what's next? So I got a brand new 2021 Ford Transit because the answer is yes, I'm going to keep doing this.
Right.
So a couple more years at least, I guess.
Yeah, I was wondering, when do you think you'll ever get an apartment or?
No signs of stopping. I don't know. I have no plans. There's no end point.
I mean,
I'm loving it.
I love that. I have no long-term plan, and I love that you're just in a van, just showing up places.
Yeah,
there
you
I
go.
think that, to me, that's inspiring.
There's sometimes when I'm talking about you to other people, I'll go,
I can only imagine.
he's somebody who, like, if other people said the stuff that he's saying, you'd think they were lying, but he really means it.
Sure.
And I often think I think that's true about, like, your van life.
Sure.
But also, like, kind of about, like, your relationships. Sometimes your, like, dating life or whatever. I'll be like, oh, no. He's, like, doing his own thing fully.
But I will say this, I am completely open to changing my mind tomorrow
Yeah,
about
sure.
every single thing.
Yeah.
Even though I got my brand new van, the whole point of it is to have fun.
Yeah.
If I'm not having fun, if tomorrow I decide I'm not having fun with this anymore, then I
Yeah.
would look into selling it and figuring out the next thing.
Yeah.
There's no part of me that feels any shame about, like, I'm sure a lot of people would be like, this is a big investment. Imagine if you're getting into van life, for example. Let's just continue with that as an
Right.
example. If you're getting into van life, you build it out for months, you document it on Instagram if you're that type of person that's doing like vlogs and stuff about it.
Yeah.
And then a month in, you hate it. Ditch it.
Yeah.
Ditch it, even if it's a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, don't keep doing something because you don't like it.
I
So
mean,
that said, I'll change up. If I'm not feeling it, I'll change it up.
You
Right.
ditched college; it wasn't working for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you're living your own like advice that you gave. Like to me, that is genuinely cool. Like you're not like I'm listening to what other people are saying. You're like I'm gonna do this thing.
Yeah.
And so far, so good. You can do it. And you never know what's
Right.
going to happen, but I've been lucky, obviously. I mean, no complaints. I've been very lucky so far. So.
You
But
listen.
you've been very lucky. But I also think that you're somebody who has been doing the thing that you like to do, whether or not it is the thing that's being successful about your career at any given time. You've been like,
Yes.
yeah, no. I'm doing this.
Yeah, that's
and
for sure.
Even though sometimes, and I've told you, I've been like, you should really be doing like the thing that's really popular. But I'm fully admitting, I think I was wrong those times when I was like, oh, you had like something that popped up, and I was like, well, you should really focus on that because it
Right,
did well.
right.
And you're like, I don't fucking want to do that because it doesn't
Yeah.
bring me joy to do this other thing.
And that's the thing also, I think, is that, again, we're sticking with the van life thing here because
Yeah.
we're talking about, content creation as well. You're bringing up a little bit here.
Yeah.
People always ask me, like, why aren't you vlogging this? Why aren't you doing that? Whatever.
Because you don't want to.
But I started 5 years. If I'd started vlogging that 5 years ago, I might be like at the top of the pops with this shit because
Yeah.
nobody was doing it, but it was not as popular as
Yeah.
it is now.
There's so much about like the modern world where people have to like perform it to an online audience, and I find that so tedious. And I like the idea. You're like, yeah, I'm just not gonna do that kind of performance. You only do the performance you want to do.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I'm very lucky that the performing that I do is like on Pretty Much It with comedy and stuff
Yes.
like that. But that's just me hanging out with my friends making jokes, which is something I just enjoy doing, whether it's professional, quote unquote, or not. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
right.
We're the same thing that the same conversation Miles and I might be having. Just in general, we have the same conversation in front of a microphone, and it's really not that different. It's just fun. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
But you said Eric had a couple of stories you wanted him to tell.
Oh,
Well,
God,
yeah. I was wondering if there's a couple stories. I was wondering. I don't even know if you want to tell.
I want to tell every story. Are you kidding me? I can't think of a story I wouldn't tell gladly.
So
Which one?
my first one is when we were in Europe.
Okay.
and we stayed at a hostel. And we were in Europe for a while, and it was very
Like a month almost.
Yeah,
Couple
for
of
like a
weeks.
month. And it was a very intimate trip. It was the three of us kind of going. It's me right after school, and so I was sort of going through like a big change period. But I also think it's the trip that we first became like closer friends.
Sure,
because
yeah.
I knew you, but like not as well.
Literally only me popping in for parties at college. That's
Right.
the only way that we really knew each other up to that point.
You
Yeah.
kind of pop in
Yeah.
here and there. We ate baguettes, for example, underneath the Eiffel Tower.
Absolutely,
Very
yeah.
romantic trip.
Yes. It was a beautiful trip.
We stood on the Ponte Vecchio
Damn right.
overlooking the sunset.
Wow.
It was very romantic. We were in Rome at this time, and Eric and I had both found ourselves in the company of some lovely travelers. So we're in the hostel, and me and this
Middle of the night
It's
now.
the middle of the night and
Early morning hours.
early in the morning, and we're enjoying each other's company.
Separately.
And
But
separately.
The two of us, Miles is in one
I'm
part
in
of the
another
hostel.
part of the
I'm in
hostel.
another part of the
He's in
hostel.
another part of the hostel.
Yeah.
And we're like, we like start to kiss, and then over a loudspeaker, I hear somebody over an intercom go, "Hey!" And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And they were like, "Hey, you can't, no, nope." And I was like, "What?" And there's a camera up, like looking at us, and
No
somebody
kissing?
no kissing apparently.
Yeah.
And so then
This happened to us too.
yeah.
It happened to me and this gal that were in the other room. And we were, by the way, like really out in the middle of the hostel. we were just on the
like a
couch in like the
common
common
area.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be clear.
We probably shouldn't have been there. And so then me and this woman were like, "Oh, let's go to, I guess we'll go to the bathroom." And we're getting to know each other. And simultaneously,
Getting to know each other.
Eric is
For the same reason, because they heard over a loudspeaker. They were like, "Hey, you can't do that."
Yep. So this all happens, etc. And the next morning, we're traveling with our friend Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. Yep.
Kevin.
We should have maybe not named him, but yeah. Just because of what happened. Maybe
Yeah.
he doesn't give a shit.
I don't think he gives a shit. Kevin comes up to us and goes, it's like breakfast or whatever. And he's like, "Man, I really had to take a shit last night.
But all the bathrooms were locked.
All the bathrooms were locked for like a long time."
Yeah.
Imagine being in another country.
Yeah.
You wake up in bed, your friends are missing. You have to take a shit so bad you want to cry.
You want to cry.
Go around to both bathrooms are locked.
Yeah.
And the shower was running.
And the
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Miles,
part of the
Miles
story-
kind of skipped over.
Wait, no, you have to hear the
I know.
shower.
I'm like, am I even going to include this?
No.
But I was enjoying myself. I was like, I want this to not make a ton of noise, because I was like, I don't want the people in the hospital. I don't want
There was a hospital next door and he's a screamer. So,
So we were, and I turned the water on to be like, let's use some noise. Like, so it just sounds like someone's taking a shower. But I had turned on the hot water. And so the room starts to fill with steam. And at a certain point, while we're getting to know each other, I become so sweaty because I'm like, really, it's getting hot in here. Like, not knowing what's going on.
can you even imagine what that's like?
Honestly,
To be in such a hot room?
No, you know what? I feel like this room got to a point where I've like neutralized the hotness of this room.
You have no feeling in your arms.
Yeah, I don't feel it anymore. I will say though, you turning on the shower and like getting kind of woozy,
Yeah, really woozy.
is really funny.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
I was woozy.
You were like 22.
Yeah. Oh, there she is.
How? Oh, you know what it says?
pick it up.
Spam risk.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
It's a spam call.
Pick it up.
Hello?
Hi, my name is calling on behalf of. We're conducting a brief political survey in your area. Do you have a moment?
Yeah, for sure. What's up?
All right. So I'm just gonna load up the survey. Bear with me here. Okay. Are you at least 18 years old and registered to vote?
Sorry, I gotta go. I got some food on the oven, but thank you so much for calling. How the fuck did they get the number?
They're just calling a database. It's like a robocall.
I know it's really far away.
Yeah, I was really thrown by
Anyway,
that.
Holy shit.
Eric, thanks so much for being here.
Oh my God. That's it.
No, we're gonna take some more.
Oh my God.
Oh, people have been calling. Well,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Let's call one person back.
It's really
Call them back.
It's
Yeah,
really aggressive to call people back.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're calling them?
Yeah.
Oh, they call you.
They called me 5 seconds ago. I'm gonna call them back.
This is the guy that just called you with the survey.
Wait, it might be.
No way.
If they don't answer.
Hello?
Hi, you called the Perfect Person podcast a second ago, and we're calling you back because your opinion matters.
Oh, hi. Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you.
Absolutely. And you're here with Eric Striffler and me and Will.
Hello.
What up?
Hi, Eric.
Hi.
Miles. Hi, Will.
So, what's your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Holland. I'm from Texarkana, Texas.
Okay.
Nice.
Texarkana. Very
Pass
nice.
through there all the time.
In Holland, what's up in your life? What's going on?
So I'm calling because in August, I am moving to New York City for school.
Nice.
And so I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Eric lived in New York. Am I making that up?
As did Miles.
I
for a
also
little
lived
bit.
in New York City.
Okay. So yeah, I figured y'all would have some good advice.
What about? Like what?
You know what?
Like I-
Great point.
Jesus.
I'm 21 and this is my first big move out for good,
You're gonna have some drinks.
and so just kind of I guess making friends, maybe just a good place to eat.
You're moving to New York, and you want to know a good place to eat.
Yeah. That's it.
That's the gist.
Yeah.
That's what Miles got out of this.
You're like, I'm moving to maybe the biggest metropolitan city in the United
Cat's
States.
delicatessen. Next caller.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. So here's what I'm asking. So what are you doing? What do you do? You said you're 21. Congratulations.
Yes.
And
Oh, thank you.
for making it.
for making it.
It's
Yeah.
tough out there.
Hey,
Yeah.
It can be tough out
not
there.
guaranteed.
One of the things about New York City that I've found that's different than Los Angeles and different than most places in the world is it is beyond easy to get wasted in New York City. It's probably the easiest place to get wasted. And I just visited New York for work, and it is unreal how to go from not drinking to it's 4 a.m. and you're very drunk is requires zero effort. You don't have to think about cars.
Yeah.
A bar is a stone's throw.
Yeah.
Is a bar.
Yeah.
And so I find that it's a
And
really
there actually is a bar called Stone's Throw, by the way, is what I would like to recommend over by Irving Plaza.
that's correct. Yeah. And did your phone just ring?
I just got an Amber Alert, so it was blaring in my ear.
So you're moving to New York for school. What type of school are you doing?
I'm going to FIT.
So what type of thing are you doing at FIT? You're trying to build the best fashion?
Doing fashion photography, actually. So photography.
Oh, that's really nice. You know what? That's really nice.
Is it now?
And here's why I say that.
Miles really clearly did
Tell
not know what he
me.
was going to say.
Miles does have a tendency to go, Miles, you know what I've noticed from editing Miles over the years? He goes, here's my question before every statement, no matter if it's a question or not. And I've noticed that sometimes a question doesn't follow, and that was very similar.
Absolutely. Extremely.
Oh,
Allow
my
the
God.
man to stall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
stall. Good
I have
stall.
a couple stall language, and I'm trying to actually get better about that. But I do have things I say where I'm just like, "Well, this is the," and it's just like yamma jamma, and then there's nothing, and it's nothing words, and it's something that I see people do, and it bothers me, and it bothers me in my own self. And it's actually something I'm working on.
Wow.
And do you have any advice on that?
And do you have any advice for me?
Yeah,
on
wow.
how I can improve
Tables turned.
myself. The thing about New York. And it's really it's a character, but no. But I'm curious. You're going to FIT.
saying that, and I refrained. I was like, that's probably too stupid to say.
It's probably not.
So, are you excited?
Yeah, I am. I'm very excited.
I found that actually there's.
It's Go ahead.
Yeah. So you're going to FIT, you're doing fashion photography. That's really great. Now, what I was actually going to say before, when I had that really good idea, was that I think that doing fashion photography, it's a good way to make friends because you can be like, I'm a photographer. It's not weird if I take your picture.
Right. If you just walk up to people
Yeah.
in bars.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a photographer, so it's not weird if I
Flash
take your
on.
picture, you say.
Flash on.
Full flash. And I think that you it's sort of an in to be like, oh, you have such a cool outfit. We should probably get eggs or something sometime. Just as friends, though. Like you're trying to make friends. Like I think that it's actually...
Is that what you said?
No. Well, here's the thing. When you go to New York, if you don't have to say bagel after the flavor. You just say egg.
Yeah.
So we should go get eggs.
We should go get eggs.
And
Yeah.
people
I
will
see,
know
I
that
see.
you
People
need
will
a
know what you're
bagel.
talking about.
Yeah.
Just go. You want to go get sesame? Just say that.
Well, let's go get sesame.
Let's go get cinnamon raisins.
Let's go get cinnamon raisin.
How about
Sesame.
we get everything tomorrow?
Yeah. But I think that it's just a
Yeah.
good way to make friends. Is to go up to people and bring your camera. What kind of camera you got? Let's talk cameras.
I got the Canon RP mirrorless. It's the new mirrorless from Canon.
I got the R6.
Okay, Miles.
Oh.
Miles.
Who gives a shit?
What's an R series?
I give a shit.
I like
Okay,
it. That's
okay,
right.
I'm
That's right.
sorry.
Holland gives a shit.
Holland like the tunnel.
So my advice would be so you're nervous about going. You want to know a good place to eat. Part of the fun is you kind of got to follow your nose and smell something, and then you smell like a delicious treat, and you kind of go, Mamoun's Falafel's really good as like a budget spot
Okay.
near Washington Square Park. It's kind of my favorite part of the city. But I'll also say that, yeah, go up to strangers with your camera is good. And are you moving with friends? Do you know anyone there?
No, it's just me, which is where the anxiety lies.
To me, nothing makes me more excited than that prospect. The idea
Yeah.
of going completely alone.
Yeah.
You can literally be whoever you want to be. It's incrable.
Yeah. I actually
Yeah.
I've dreamt of that idea sometimes. I'm like, what if
You're-
some
you're married.
horrible... Well, no. Like... before, yeah, I've dreamt of leaving my wife.
Talk about
You're gonna start a family, aren't you? You're trying to.
And
What do you
and
want?
I just got married.
I just started having dreams
I
actually
started having
about
dreams of like,
about
what if I
restarting.
move to New York and I go by Brad? No, but my idea was sort of like pre me dating my lovely wife and marrying her. But
In whichever order.
in whichever order it is. Yeah, we started dating after we married, but
Well, that's a lot of parts of the world. That is how it works.
I remember
Yeah.
thinking I actually moved to LA and I didn't really know anybody before because I didn't know Sarah then, my bride to be. But I moved from New York and I did not know anybody. And I worked at BuzzFeed and stuff. And it was exciting because I was like, I don't have a social life yet. Like I don't know anybody. So like I spent a lot of time at the grocery store. I loved walking around the grocery store and just kind of being like, look at all this food. And I'd do stuff like that. And I
Yeah.
didn't know anybody yet until I slowly started making friends and slowly started doing my thing. And then I got laid off. And then Eric was here and he stayed on my couch and we watched a movie a day
Oh, that was great.
every day for a whole month.
Then you met
Wow.
Sarah.
And then I met Sarah. No, it is funny. Eric and I were sort of actually. That's an important part of Eric and I's story. Is Eric's moved? He was in his van. He moved here. We had sort of what I would describe as like we almost eloped. We hung out.
Yeah, me and Miles.
We hung out every single day.
Because-
we watched like
yeah.
1 or 2 movies a day.
Because I stayed on his. It was right when I first moved into my van. I stayed on his couch for 2 weeks till my gym opened.
Yeah, that's
because I needed a shower, and I was like, well, I might as well. Whatever. The gym I wanted to start at
Yeah.
actually hadn't opened yet.
Right.
Out in Glendale.
Yeah.
And so I stayed on his couch, but then I moved down the corner.
You moved a
So
lick
I
around the corner.
lived on your block.
Yeah.
In my van.
Yeah, and we'd go like in the morning. We go to the coffee shop. We'd be like typing away.
Sometimes you would come over and knock on the van.
Knock on the van and say hey, Eric. But like we would go and like we would go to work in the coffee shop, and then we would go watch like a bunch of movies, and then
Yep.
we'd go like party at night.
Every night.
Pretty much every night.
That
And
sounds so fun.
Well, that is an easy. It's a good way to meet your wife.
It's a great, and then like literally by the end of the month, I met Sarah,
Yeah.
and then I fell in love. I moved in here and stuff. But I think that the example being like it's very exciting to move to a new city and not know anybody.
Yeah.
So Holland, I think you're about to have an eat, pray, love moment.
Oh my gosh. Eat, pray, love.
Don't
That's right.
forget emphasis on the
Okay.
pray.
And eat bagel love. Eat bagel love.
The step one, elope with Eric.
Oh.
Yeah.
How does one elope with Eric?
From there on.
Yeah, if you meet it, you need an Eric.
You
to
need
elope
you
with.
need a guy in a van who's gonna hang out.
No,
with
you don't want a guy that's gonna leave.
Gotcha. Look
need-
for the
you need a
guys
guy-
in van.
a guy
Definitely
in-
don't move to New York and
Okay.
don't talk to any. This coming from a guy that lives in a van. Don't talk to anyone in a van.
Not all guys who live in a van are built the same.
No.
No.
They're
I
not
see,
built
I
like
see.
me.
Okay.
But Holland, that sounds so great. Are you looking for love in New York City?
Of course.
That's very
Wow.
exciting. And what is like? I mean, obviously you're doing all these new things. I do think that's a fun way to meet lots of people. And like dating in New York is really fun because there's so many new people all at once.
This is interesting. Our family friends have 2 sons. They both live in New York. They both go to NYU. One's a year younger than me. One's a year older than me. And
Perfect.
I do think they are both into me.
Well, Okay.
Wow. Okay, so you could have a three-way with
You
two
could have a thing with your brothers. Honestly, that's a pretty good option if we're being honest. But no,
That's not as much eat, pray, love.
No, even if you're not interested in like banging around with them, do whatever you want. I mean, have a good time. But I would just say like people you kind of know can become your friends pretty quickly in that situation. And like when you're new to a city, it's worth reaching out to people you kind of know.
By the way, Miles left to take a bath.
Sorry, I was fixing a camera thing, but I do think you're having a three-way with two guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's having trouble with the R series, by the way. So good luck with that.
No, the R series is fine. It's a whole thing. We do the my cameras are obviously I'm a sweaty mess. You know what I was thinking? I was like, maybe this show should be professional, and then I thought, no, fuck that.
No,
because that's
then you let
suits.
Holland through.
Yeah, Holland, Wrecking Ball Holland, they call it. They call you. But Holland, thank you so much for calling, and I missed the bit about the guys, the twins.
they're brothers.
We'll fill you in later,
If
honey.
you guys can.
Their
give
brothers are both indoors. She's like not sure about it.
She's going to take advantage.
That's
I think
so
she should.
good. Anyway, Holland, thanks so much for calling in. If you could rate your experience on the show 1 out of 10, that'd be great.
We're trying to improve.
We're trying to
Stop
Oh my
asking
God,
that.
10 out of 10, 100%.
Oh, we did it!
There we go. All
The other
right,
callers
Holland.
have been more judicious.
Yeah. Holland, you take it easy. Do you have any advice for us?
I mean, just careful with any brother situations you get into, I guess, in any future endeavors.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Am I right?
Miles, I hope you can make it out.
Make it out of what?
Oh, she just hangs up.
Your situation
Out of my
that
situation.
you're dreaming of
Just
escaping.
talking about your dream to become Brad in New York City. Yeah.
You hope he can make it out of what, his marriage?
I know.
That's what I thought as well.
I'm not pining, Holland. I'm very happily married. How dare you?
I also really wish Holland hung up right after saying that.
I
yeah.
hope you can make it out alive.
Very good hang up.
Now, Eric, you're from New York.
Yes, good segue. If you use that, and if you don't, it'll be a bad segue.
No, but I just was wondering, Eric, do you have any advice, any sort of life hacks? You once told me that you wanted to have a podcast called Cookies and Milk.
Yeah.
Where you talked about people's creative process.
Yeah.
And I heard that and I said, I want to get you in a milk bath. Take the photo to do the creative.
And Miles still hasn't made it happen.
No.
But if anyone's going to, it'll be Miles.
Yeah.
Miles will figure it out.
But I was just wondering, do you have any like advice or general tips for the audience here of things that you've found in your wisdom in your years that you feel like is your life your life philosophy? No. Stop it.
Oh my God. What was the question?
I feel like
so
a guy.
crazy.
I feel like a guy at a call center. Like rotary phones keep going off, and I'm like hanging them up. I thought it'd be easier on the iPad, but I think I need a computer.
I think what Miles is, yeah.
I think that ultimately what I found is that it'd be better with a computer.
That's what I
Yeah.
say while I'm watching porn. Life advice, I mean, it sounds corny, but truly don't worry about what other people think of who you are and what you're doing, because think of all the people in your life that you have thoughts about, like a thing that they said years ago that they've forgotten they said, but you remember, and you don't know what people think of you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So truly don't worry about it, because you can't even know who people think you are, literally.
Right.
So just do your thing. Whatever people think of it is going to be whatever people think of it, and as long as you're having a good time, that's it.
Yeah, that's good. And I actually feel like I've been burned before where I have in the past, like a judgmental attitude about something. And I've actually specifically been burned when I see people like really grinding it out and at something and it's not good at first.
Sure.
And then I've seen people literally become unbelievably successful doing said thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
from like people I knew in college where I'm like, oh wow, they're really like going hard on like this one piece of whatever. And then now those people are like fully living careers off of that.
Right.
Yeah.
The vice president.
Or
Yeah, well, yeah, right. Who's my lunch buddy?
Here's your lunch buddy, Kamala.
I was just gonna say that like the example I think of is Hannibal Buress notoriously in Chicago was like everyone talked about how bad he was.
Really?
And he just did stand up a bunch and then he got really good at it. But like he was a guy who if you did open mics in Chicago at a certain period of time, you'd be like, oh, that guy's bad.
Yeah, imagine Hannibal Buress doing anything but Hannibal Buress.
Right.
It's
Like,
insane to imagine.
He became the thing that he wanted. Like he did did grind it out, and but he didn't start like necessarily as like he wasn't like a prodigy.
And also, if we're getting into, if we're also now kind of veering from life into like career and creative and stuff that. Trends come and go. The thing you're doing now might be huge tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like but as long as you're enjoying doing it, just do it.
Right.
Now it's Nike. Oh.
Okay. Eric, when was the last time that you cried?
Good question. It honestly was while editing the Stranger Things 4 video.
Really?
Episode 4, yeah, watching Max try to escape. No spoilers, sorry to everybody, but...
Oh, yeah.
Because watching it again, I watched it a little more focused when I was editing, and I actually was like, this is incredible. So that's my honest answer.
It's a nice scene. Yeah.
We watched it like screaming and yelling and hyped up, but like watching it in silence, it's very, very
Yeah, no, I
scary and sad.
did not, I didn't have like an emotive moment there. I'm not really a crier. I don't roll tears. Do you roll tears?
Hell yeah.
I wish I did. And sometimes...
I cry constantly. You've seen it. This is so loud. I'm crying right now. I'm in pain. You've seen me. You probably see me cry every time we hang out.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably.
I've seen you cry so many times.
I love crying.
Wow.
I've seen you cry at movies that are so bad.
Yeah.
And then there's an emotional scene and you cry like a baby.
Absolutely.
And I love it. It's so raw.
But what's funny is like I can be completely aware that I'm being manipulated by the movie, and but I'll just let it out. Like I won't hide it. I'll just be like, it got me. This is so stupid, but it got me, and it's fine. It is what it is. Yeah.
No, for sure.
I do roll tears.
You roll tears also?
Yeah,
I don't know what's wrong with me.
I've cried at my friend's wedding this weekend.
You did?
During his vows, yeah.
That's cool. Did you cry?
Because you're in love with his wife.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Did you cry during my vows?
Yeah, I teared up.
Oh, I definitely teared up. Yeah, it was beautiful.
That's
It was
awesome.
beautiful.
That was a nice wedding, right?
Everything
really
everybody
nice
said,
wedding.
it was great. Yeah.
Am I holding a knife through?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it was a nice wedding, right?
All right, Eric. Well, let's fucking enough of the jokes and the laughing and the silly and the goofiness.
Okay. So you can't edit this segment, right? Because it's recording the music.
Let's do a different track.
Okay, good.
You think it's baked in? Eric, my question for you is, do you think it's God or a spooky alien or something like that?
Yeah.
Sorry, I asked.
Arguably the worst question of all time.
I think one of those is out there.
What, did God or a spooky alien? Do you think that there's like a guy?
No.
I sort of, you know what I kind of go back to? I'm like, it's music.
Oh my god.
So funny.
I sort of think it's like, okay, you think the guy it's like a guy who invents an AI. Like,
Yeah.
and then it fucking starts doing stuff. Like, I think whoever it is like throwing shit together in his little lab, and he's like, "Oh, I made people," and then the people are going on to do their own stuff.
Music getting faster.
No, that's your heart rate. But I'm kind of like, okay, what if there is a guy? Like, I'm down with that. But my thing is, I feel like I'm getting louder. My thing is, what if that guy, like, he made the stuff and then it's like Jesus comes down to the earth?
You're talking about God's only son?
But he's like stops being involved. Like, he's like made people and he made nature and stuff. And then he completely is just like, fuck it, I don't know. And then people started to just do stuff.
You're saying, what if Jesus didn't believe in God?
No! I'm saying, what if God was like a spooky inventor that's like, I don't know, I created this, but it's not like I have control over it still. And so he's like, here's life. And then he's like, fucking, I'm bowling now. Like, I'm doing other shit.
What was the question?
If you had to,
Music's going.
Wow, perfect timing. I hope an ad plays.
Do you want more music?
Bras fit small-chested women like this.
Atrocious gapping. I don't look like I have any boobs.
It also sounds like someone's in the room. That was actually really
really does.
scary.
That's really
That
scary.
startled me.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
was an ad for bras. But anyway, thanks for coming on the show, Eric.
Thanks for having me. Is this one going out?
This one?
No, I think we got to do another one.
This is definitely going out.
Nice. Yeah, this was great.
But I just wanted to say thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And you're truly one of my favorite people in the world. I love you.
I
and
love
you're
you.
very funny. Well, thanks for being here.
And that's it. Full
Well,
stop.
it's funny because, like, you're the guest, right?
Right. Why would you say that to Will?
Will's the
every week?
sidekick.
Yeah.
You should say that to him every
Hey,
week.
Will,
Yeah.
I love you, man. You're one of my favorite people in the world.
Say it. Say it. Say it every week.
You're one of my favorite people in the world.
What
man.
if Conan ended his shows by being like, Andy, I love you?
Hey, I love you, buddy. Thanks
mean,
for doing this.
he kinda
And It's
did.
like, well, I'm doing this
Yeah.
every show. But anyway, do you have anything to plug? I know that you're sort of touring around. I love doing stuff on Pretty Much It. You can check out all the shit that I've done with you there.
Yeah, that's it. Pretty much it. I don't know when this is coming out, but there's probably a recent Miles thing on Pretty Much It.
I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're doing a
yeah.
bunch of stuff this summer.
Hell yeah.
When don't you guys have a live show together?
I don't know when
I
this is
don't think
coming
this will
out.
be
though.
out by then. No,
But it was great.
Yeah,
The live show was so much
live
fun.
show went great. We
Yeah.
fucking-
Holland was there.
That's right, Holland. Oh, I bet actually.
You guys should have tried to get on.
We should have tried to sell her a
Oh,
ticket.
we really should have tried to sell a ticket.
Shit.
Thanks everyone for listening and stuff. As always, call the number. You can leave a message anytime, and we'll sometimes call you back. You can also text your questions to the number, and we'll also answer those on the show. and
Didn't
stuff
get
like
to
that.
any of them tonight, but
We certainly didn't. We certainly.
I'm going to
did
go out on a
not.
limb and say he's never going to. So I would call.
You know, I saved some of them.
For who?
Thanks for doing the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Your social handles.
No.
Will. That's right. Thanks for listening, everybody.